Flosstube.
Flosstube! It's been like a month.
It has indeed been.
It has. P.S. I found my wedding rings again.
Good. Thank goodness.
I keep accidentally losing them. They magically keep coming off of my finger. I have to keep finding them for her every other day. She's like, I lost it again. I don't know what happened. It's just there. Okay, whatever. Too much chit-chatting all the time. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the Stitch Along, which if you haven't joined, what are you waiting for?
What are you even doing with your life?
What are you waiting for? We'll talk about that. We will talk about then future releases that are coming up, because I was chewing them out and saying, hey, when was the last pattern that you released?
The Stitch Along has consumed my life.
It has.
Much like Cassandra has consumed my soul.
With like darkness and like evilness? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. I was
you
just making sure.
Eaten my soul alive.
So
the Stitch Along has taken up a lot of time.
It's taken his life up,
which is great.
Which is great.
Which we're super thankful for.
So he hasn't released anything. I feel like it's the May monthly pattern.
You can't have a name like Autumn Lane Stitchery and not release any fall patterns.
Yes, and P.S. I have to show you. This is Erin's decorating.
Dude, look!
I had all my summer stuff is sitting next to me. Erin, I come downstairs. Erin got out our Winnie and Sarah.
Well, that was already out.
Yeah. And then I had bought this at Home Goods, my gold pumpkin.
What's about my decorating skills, man?
And then I had bought this at Sam's Club. And of course, our leaves candle. And then, of course, Pick Your Poison, which is behind his big head.
Yep.
And his big egg-shaped flat head. And that was from, our...
And it's sitting on my... A little bit of my manga.
So he decorated. I'll be redecorating for sure.
Well, yeah,
he did a great job.
This is for the video. You got the ambiance.
You did a great job, dude. I still have.
You guys.
All of my Easter stuff sitting over here in our entryway, waiting to be put away.
Easter and summer sitting over there.
Hi, Clyde.
I thought it was unacceptable that summer was up and it's September.
Like way over.
You are scooping.
Okay, so close. And then you guys, I have I framed, I have it finished. It's a pattern that we've had out for a while. I have posted it on our Autumn Lane Stitchery Facebook page, but I framed it. And I did something extra special that I had my mother help me with, because she is the queen of interior decorating. I don't know how she's not, like, she's never done it for money. She would be a freaking millionaire if she did interior design. She is
got the eye,
ridiculously talented. So she helped me do something, because I was like, Mom, I want this. How do I execute that? And she helped me. So, which it will probably fall apart, because her favorite thing to use is a glue gun, and the glue is not strong enough. You need to use a craft glue. So anyways, we'll expect this to disintegrate at some point, but it's awesome for now.
Yeah, let's go for now. That's all that matters.
If you could see the pile I have of stash acquisition, because was my birthday, August 25th, and
last video we were like, hey, let's play a game. Let's guess how many bags Cassandra's gonna buy. And I foolishly was like, oh, 4. And I thought I was getting crazy. Remember when she's like, oh, you're giving me permission to buy 4? What a joke.
It was like 4 more times the second power.
So this is the bags part 1.
Let's
just give you a little spoiler alert there.
I was like, Erin, it will take me 2 hours to show everything I've acquired.
So,
because look.
We'll spread it out. Spread the love around.
We had to take his daughter back to her mother in Las Vegas. And so one of my favorite stores up there is Stitcher's, or the best cross-stitch store there is Stitcher's Paradise. And I always buy a lot there. So I already was just buying stuff whilst there. But then it was my birthday month. Erin usually drops the ball for holidays. Usually. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to expect him to fail like normal.
Oh, savage.
For birthdays and holidays and
what happened?
Everything else. So I bought a crap ton, and he started chewing me out. And I was like, well, someone's got to take care of me for my birthday, because you're not going to. And he didn't say anything, but he had already bought me a $100 gift card to Shepherd's Bush. which isn't super close to us. They're like an hour and a half away, but
not that far though.
They're great. They support us. Our local Crossstitch shop. We try to like get involved in them. I'm not going to call them out, but like 2 years ago, we were like, oh yeah, we're starting out. Here's our patterns. And they had no interest at all. No. And so they're kind of savage. So I tried again and I was like, look, we're doing the stitch along. I'm like, we went to market this year. We're
totally famous.
We're right. Yeah, right. You wish. I'm like, we're getting our name out there, you know, like people are actually carrying us.
That was a joke.
And still nothing, still not, oh, we'd love to carry you in our shop. So
get a distributor, sucker.
Screw them. Sorry, screw them. I'll support Shepherd's Bush. So anyways, yeah, my local cross-stitch store is like, even though, yeah, the mom's really cool. I feel like if I was a cross-stitch store, I would try to support any local designer or any designer for that matter, but they have no interest. So anyways, long story short, sorry, babe. I didn't mean to say a potty word.
That's all right.
Yeah, so he bought it for Shepherd's Bush because the ladies at Shepherd's Bush are freaking amazing. And they have always supported us. And in fact, when we were first starting out and Erin had questions, they were like, oh, let me tell you, let me tell you. I don't even know anything about you, but yes, let me share what we know.
Not only that,
which is
they're
so
like
awesome.
Some of the nicest ladies ever.
They're awesome. So,
and the shop is like probably the
pretty
coolest.
Rad.
Yeah.
So didn't they have our patterns up in the front window?
They did.
We didn't drive up there to see, but how awesome are they?
Well, that's so awesome. They're not letting people in yet because of what's going on. So they're just doing kind of curbside shopping where you can go and look at the window and, you know, they just have all the patterns up in the window. You tell them what you want. They'll kind of kit it up for you if you want. And then they just bring it out to you.
But I'm ready for them to open their store up so I can go spend my money.
Because I was clutch this birthday, right?
So anyways,
Killing it this birthday.
So I overbought and Erin bought and I have a lot of stuff.
Bought.
And bought and bought some more.
You overbought and I bought.
Erin bought and I overbought.
That's about right.
Okay, so stitch along. Let's get moving. So I had part 1 ready. So if you know it, if you know nothing about our stitch along, let's talk about it. Hashtag it's not a mermaid SAL. Hashtag Autumn Lane Stitchery. Hashtag Under the Sea Fabrics. It all started when Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics, my oldest stitchy friend, longest.
Quick overview.
The longest stitchy friend that I've had. She hosts normally a Mirabilia retreat. It is now changed to just it's the Stitching Sirens retreat. It's not just for Mirabilia stitchers because people they wanted to join, but if you don't like, you know, Mirabilias or want to stitch something else, she didn't want to exclude you. So anyways, she had contacted us and said, hey, do you think we could do a stitch along for the retreat? I think there were about 100 women going.
Almost, yeah, something like that.
That's what we were expecting. And it has surpassed that so much that it's mind-blowing. And it's all been, I think, word of mouth.
Oh yeah, of course.
So you people who have hashtagged us, who have told your friends, you guys are amazing. And we have a huge thank you. Super grateful for you guys. It has surpassed our
it's been great.
Wildest
That's
dreams.
Why everything else has kind of been like pushed to the side.
Yeah, because Erin is
You can't drop the ball.
Yeah. So that's kind of the behind of it. Anyway, so the behind of it, that's kind of the A of it.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyways, let's show part 1. So I stupidly was like, oh, and I grabbed it, except just so you guys know, me and Leslie are stitching it a month ahead for a reason. Erin wants to make sure it's perfect. Erin is a perfectionist.
Well, of course you're stitching
and if there's this many people stitching it, he wants to make sure it's perfection. Also, and I think I've said this before, it just has a few very minute details, but of course, because Erin's a pleaser of everybody but me, he accommodates to everybody, and he's like, some people are stitching it twice. I feel like these little choose your own adventure things where you can, so like, again, I think I said this before.
You want to show this
part
image?
2, no, part 3 is going to include 2 different versions. You don't have to choose.
Should we show that one?
Yes. So anyways, long story short, I have part 2 stitched, but so I can't show my work in progress.
Can't show that.
So
the whip.
Yeah. So here's.
But here is the first part stitched.
And cleverly, look what he did.
So I kind of threw the
outline.
So as we go along, you'll see the design fill in. You'll see the design fill in.
And guys, those fish are huge. They're big. They're like the length of my fingers. So they're really big. So, but you can see kind of what's going on there with the stitch along. That's of course my fabric. That is awesome. My work in progress, but.
So that's her whip.
He photoshopped on that back image so you can kind of see where that's going from there. So if you have not bought that yet, it's on Etsy. And I have to say, please make sure if you're buying it now and you're starting late, you download. We are going to be including all the back parts into your initial download from Etsy. Mm-hmm. But then you are going to be added to the list for future monthly releases. Please check your junk folder and your spam and any other folders. We have gotten I can't tell you the amount of messages we get. Where's my stitch along? Where's my stitch along? And then we tell them how to find it. We're like, just search in your search bar in the emails.
It gets lost.
It gets lost. It gets filtered somewhere. But please make sure you're checking those. We probably get a lot of people.
It's all good though.
And
we're happy to help.
We are happy to help.
Of course, we want everybody to have their, have a good time.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's part 1. And you guys, I have to say,
looks amazing.
So part 2.
Art director Cassandra be questioning me all the time.
I question him all the time. And I was like, Aaron, are you sure you want to use these colors together?
Just
I'm like, are you sure? He's like, trust me. And I don't trust him, even though I've been married to him for 12 years.
Even though I don't stitch it, I laboriously have go through all the floss on all of the charts. I don't just go from the program and put it out and hope for the best. Aaron agonize over the colors of the floss.
He imports it into a program that chooses the colors for him.
Well, he changes
everything. He changes everything.
You have to. It's all.
So he draws it. He imports it. He changes everything again. Like, he's so meticulous, you guys. So anyways, I never trust him. And this part 2, I finished it 2 days ago. And I was like, are you sure? Because up close, I'm like, what are you
questioning me the whole way.
I'm like, Aaron, what are you doing? I wake up the next morning. I look at it from about a foot back. And I was like, wow, that looks amazing. You are a genius. Even when I hate you and we're like fighting, you are a freaking genius.
I know, man.
It makes me sick.
I've been trying to tell you for 12 years.
You know what you're doing.
Don't say that, because sometimes
you know what you're doing.
Sometimes they look off. So who knows?
But they don't. But they look amazing. So part 2, I was questioning him on the colors, and then I stepped back and I was like, holy crap. They are
well, because you're looking at it under a super bright light.
Yeah, like this close.
At 2 in the morning, and for hours you're like, agonizing over this thing.
Like, that doesn't blend right. And then in the morning I pulled back. I was like, holy freaking crap. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Of course,
she wouldn't tell me that. She says that now, but she never told me that because she doesn't want to get my ego.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so if you haven't joined, if you don't know about our if you're not into stitch along, that's okay.
Obviously, as you can tell, before we move along, we're in part 1 right now.
Yes,
we'll give you, like, as we do our videos, as it goes along, we'll show you each part as we go. But we're in part 1 right now. So if you want to join. You're not too far behind.
You're not behind.
We spread it out over a year, so there's not a whole lot of stitching each month.
Some people did those fish in 1 day.
Yeah,
it took
some
me
are
like
taking
3
longer,
or 4 days.
But that's what's amazing is if you take longer to stitch
at your own pace.
You've
got a year.
And there's time to stitch other things. Like, we didn't want you to just be like heavily invested, not being able to do anything else the whole time you're stitching this, because then it's like, man, I'm tired of doing this. I'm going to take a break, and then you never come back. Yeah. So hopefully it'll keep your interest.
So, and and what I was saying with the parts, and this still confuses people. I never finished what I was saying. I never finished my story. Classic. Aaron, because he's a woman pleaser, but just not a me pleaser.
Dude, right?
I have to keep throwing that in there. All
I heard was woman pleaser.
He was so worried. He was so worried that so many people were stitching it twice and that the details were so minuscule. I mean, they make a big difference. Like already part 3, there's a big difference in my version that I wanted to stitch and Leslie's version. So we designed 2 versions. You're going to get 2 versions in your stitch, your cross stitch, you know, your monthly pattern. You can choose which one you want. Me and Leslie will post our pictures. You can decide which one you want. But Erin's going to put both on the cover anyways. So if you're not a Facebook person, you'll see it regardless. But
Word.
He is now committed to designing 2 faces.
Oh, you're telling him?
Yeah.
All right.
Why not?
I thought that was going to be a surprise, man.
The other things are a surprise.
Sure, man.
He's designing 2 faces.
Sure. You get
because so again, so many people. He's like, oh, I'm worried they're going to be mad. It's not going to be different enough. He's like, I'm going to design 2 faces. I was like, okay.
I felt like there wasn't enough parts that were like choose your own adventure style.
Yeah, there's big differences. Like you'll see there are big differences. But even I'm like, is that enough to stitch it twice?
Yeah, but honestly, the face is probably the most important on this piece. I don't know. Not for me.
She's
not
cool.
for me, but usually the face is the first thing you go to. Your eye goes to hands and faces first when you look at somebody. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. So when you
I'm looking somewhere else when I first look at somebody.
Men or women?
Men.
Oh. Like their hair or something? Because you love long hair.
No.
So I wanted you to have an option of 2 different faces because
yeah, right.
That is one of the most important parts of the piece, and that's a huge thing. So if you have 2 different options, I feel like that's a big deal. So that's why I did that. Anyway.
But that's really cool, and because, let me just tell you.
Yeah, tell them.
Erin's art is not only the best art of all the art. Who knows what that's from?
The prettiest art of all the art.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Your art is the prettiest art.
Of all the art.
Yes.
It's from The Office. But
what?
He is his roots. Now, Erin's style, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of artists, they have a certain style. Erin can switch his style like nobody's business. Oh. Like we're going to be doing a preview of a pattern that we're coming out with. Mm-hmm. It is so completely different than, it's almost like a primitive type of look, just like a very country kind of feel. But like the Santa that we have that we released is like a folk art. And he's done like our, whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. He flip-flops his style and I can't, you're just not, oh, have you been working out? It changes so much. You
don't know where you're going with the subject, so
No, I know. It's not. So I was saying, because right now she has very exotic, I'm saying.
You were saying very comic book.
He went to school comic book.
Yeah, there you go. I know what you're trying to say.
Art, which is why she's this very voluptuous babe. She's got big old hips, very, skinny waist. She's got big old titties.
Not really.
Okay. You made her more modest there. But no, she's very elegant. So she doesn't look like a comic book character. That's not where I'm going. But her facial features, her facial features are very dramatic. And so I had thrown at him, you should do this very dramatic face, like what you have. Big eyes, she's gorgeous. But also, you can maybe tone it down and do more of a realistic face for those of... So we'll see where it goes. He hasn't drawn that realistic face yet, but it will be very interesting to see because maybe some women don't like to whore up their mirabilias like I do, and they like the very natural look that, so I think that will be interesting. It will be interesting to see.
It will be very
because even I'm torn because I'm like, well, I kind of want her more elegant. Like I said, she's these very beautiful, giant, very dramatic facial features. And she's gorgeous. You guys, she's so good. Okay, I'm just shut up. Let's talk about the Needleminders that we came out with. We're actually almost out of the blue one. We'll see if we do a restock if enough people want it.
We showed you the image, but we never actually showed you.
We never showed you this way. Sorry.
It's been so long since we made a video. Yep. We've already got these in and shipped them.
So we got these in and all shipped out. So the blue one is almost gone. I think I have 5 left. But we might need to do a restock.
We're going to reorder. But look how cool they came out.
And then this one is, so yeah, we did 2 because Erin wanted to do this one. I wanted to do that one. And of course.
And she's like, oh, mine's going to be so much better.
I know. We bet a back massage actually on whoever sold better, and I lost. So I actually owe you 3 back massages.
Yeah, and guess what? We went squirrel. We went mini golfing this weekend a couple days ago on Monday actually.
He only beat me by 2.
She's actually very competitive, which I enjoy because
only on
I
miniature
love
golf because normally I would
stomping her out. And you know, I just put a whooping on her in mini golf. So she owes me a couple back massages because she can't beat me in anything.
I normally beat you at mini golf. Okay, yeah. So anyways, these are in the Etsy store. If you buy both, we have a little bit of a discount for you. But guys, these inspired me. I stopped doing needle minders a long time ago. I have some on our Etsy store. I stopped doing them. These inspired me. You inspire me.
Oh, snap.
And inspired me. We're going to start doing these again. And we're going to start doing them with our patterns. So like when we release something, I don't know how long it's going to take us to do this.
We'll do more without the patterns too.
Yeah, but we're going to start doing needle minders again. I am. And they're going to be detailed and amazing and originals. I stopped buying the ones that everybody else was selling because frankly, I lost my thunder when literally everybody and their dog started making and selling needle minders and people were offering the same ones that I was getting. So it took the the wind out of my sails.
Yes.
Took the wind out of my sails. And I was just like, well, okay then. And so we're going to start doing them again. So Cassie's Needle Minders is back, but it's a subdivision of Autumn Lane Stitchery, which is us. I don't want to like separate myself from you. I want to stay tied to you forever as I take my wedding ring off when I go shopping.
Yeah, no kidding.
In hopes that some younger...
Sweep you off your feet?
Yeah, right. Nobody will sweep me off my feet besides you. And nobody else. Nobody else. So anyways, I'm very excited because we talked about doing this a while ago. We talked about...
We've been wanting to do it for a while.
We've been wanting to do it for a while, designing cross-stitch patterns and matching needle minders. And you guys...
The company we were going with before, we haven't been with them for a long time. And it was a very, like, I keep saying, like, laborious. Agonized. It was like a laborious process.
It would take
laborious
months.
Process. It, like, you got to do the design. They got to... like do the mold, then you gotta approve it. It would take forever.
It took forever, and you guys, it was a big pain in the butt. So like they were more 3D. So we'll talk about this one. See how they're more 3D. But see, that's the thing too, is sometimes it was such a struggle for me to get that magnet on the back because even the back was 3D. This is someone's order. If you ordered this turkey and it ships, it's yours. So I'm showing it during your turkey's famous. So it was, but see, I like the flat one. It's the needle's easier to get to. This company was all right. I am more impressed with these. You can get more detail. Look at this detail that Erin was able to get.
You get a lot more detail.
That is all the detail on that one. You can get so much, like this leaves on the bottom.
Look at this freaking design though on that turkey.
Okay, so anyway, let's finish and then we'll get to the turkey. So
I love this turkey.
Yeah.
I thought this
if you guys are excited, let us know. If you guys are wanting, because even like our older cross-stitch patterns, like Midnight Brew and Hollow's Eve Haunting, which are like the top sellers for, well, Dark Queen of the Seas is our top seller by far, but Midnight Brew and Hollow's Eve Haunting, to have accompanying needle minder, I mean, if you guys have already stitched that pattern and you love it. Oh, you need to show Andrea's model also.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
we'll see.
Yeah, we need to. So anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, if you even love the pattern, why not get a needle minder? Not the exact same pattern, but like an accompanying one. Like this is not what is in the stitch along. Do they coincide with it? Yes, they are a companion piece. So it would be a companion piece to that.
Yep.
So anyways, okay. So going along with the needle minder. So let us know if you guys are interested in that. And we can do these cheaper and charge a cheaper price for them also. These flat ones, by the way. Okay, so in going along, since it's almost the fall season, this is one of our older needle minders, and why not show him? He was brilliantly designed by Erin. Erin, talk about this.
So I love this one because
I'll change,
like,
I'll put it in front of me.
You know how when you're a kid and you draw your hand and you just, you know, copy your fingers or whatever? I kind of wanted to do something like that. That was the basis for like his feathers.
I moved this over so you wouldn't hide behind
I'm hiding behind your hand.
You're literally hiding
well, I'm trying to see the turkey. But so that was kind of the basis behind it. But I wanted to make, like, I love that leaf behind him. So I made his feathers leaves as well. And obviously the colors of the fall.
So you can see that lime green is what, a maple leaf?
Yeah.
It's a maple leaf.
Yeah.
Right, maple?
And it's just supposed to look like fall tree, fall leaves behind him. But they also act as like, you know, a big plume of feathers, I guess that's what it was called.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just love it. Obviously, as on the pilgrim hat, it's for like you know, Thanksgiving design. Yeah. And then you got the leaves. And I think there's an apple down there.
There is. There's an apple down there.
And he's sitting on the pumpkin, obviously. This is just an awesome design, I think. Like,
you love
when I try to design these things, I try to get, and that's why I thought the blue one would be better than this, because this, while it looks good, there's no real, I don't want to like badmouth it, but there's no like,
you bet you are,
the composition, like the design, like this one has an awesome shape. Like, I feel like it has a purpose, if that makes any sense.
I like the purple one
besides no, and that's fine, it's still good. Like, I still really like it. That's why we put it out.
We say purple. Somebody asked me, this is more pink than I thought. It's like a fuchsia, a purple fuchsia. This one
is interesting. I don't know.
So is that has like a porthole behind it.
But in
like a ship porthole, man.
But like with this one, I could have just drawn a turkey, but I wanted it to kind of have, I don't know, it's hard to say, like a nice composition, like
it's real cool.
Purpose, I don't know, purpose with the design, I guess, you know, and just give it something interesting besides, oh, here's another turkey.
Well, here's the thing though, it's really cool, and it's available in our Etsy shop, of course. And once these are out, they're probably going to be out. We're not going to I don't know. We'll see. But for all you turkey lovers, because so many people are like, Thanksgiving doesn't get enough credit. Well, here's your turkey, friends.
And hopefully 2020 it might, from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I hate saying that because, you know, I show you all this crap and nothing ever gets put out.
Yeah.
But we would love to put out a Thanksgiving design.
Well, here's the thing. It's because I keep throwing more patterns at Erin, and I'm like, hey, can you design this for me?
She complains about it all the time, and then it's like,
I'm trying to help the cause, man.
So I just get...
Okay.
We're both distracting me. It's not only me.
Okay, so we actually have another finish. So our friend Andrea... She stitched this for us
a long time ago. We've been meaning to show this for like months.
We totally forgot. Andrea, you're amazing. She went and she came and visited us. She's amazing.
So our Wicked Witchcraft pattern. Yep. She stitched this for us. Is that good?
Here, I'll hold it. I can have a better
view. And we got this back. I meaning to show this off, but look how awesome this came out. For one, her stitching is super neat.
You guys, I thought I stitched pretty nice. I don't even really try.
Very uniform.
My backs on my stitches are bad.
Very clean.
We both got this, and Aaron's like, what the? Like, he literally was like shook. The man was shook over how I'm shook. I've never in my life.
Good. Show him.
Looks like it's like, well, it looks like it's like fake. It's so perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that stitching. Literally. Not a flaw in sight. So yeah, this is Andrea's. And
it came out amazing.
And this, of course, is stitched on my favorite fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics, which is Naiad.
Naiad, yeah.
Naiad. If I could stitch everything on Naiad, I would.
With this one, like, look how cool it is, though. I try to put just a ton of stuff in there. So, like I keep saying with these silhouette ones, like, I don't want you to get bored, because you're just kind of stitching 1, 2, maybe 3 colors. So when you get to the next section, I want you to be like, oh yeah, that's cool, you know, and just keep, so it kind of moves to the piece and keeps your interest. But she did a really good job on that.
She did not just a really good job. It's literally flawless. Like,
came out really
Are
good.
You real? Are you a machine, Andrea?
Yeah, came out good. But look how amazing that is.
Seriously, Aaron was shook when he saw it. He's like...
So Cassandra gets to frame that soon as well.
Yes, I will. Okay, we want to give you props. And thank you, Andrea, for stitching that for us. Thank you so much.
You very much.
Should we show my finish now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
since we're in doing it.
This is Hortal Hag. Oh, I need to get that. Okay, so I've told the backstory on this a billion times, so I won't go on. But Erin stitched this designed it for me.
Which
I'll show it. Yeah, Erin designed it for me. And I started stitching this last year, actually. Super bright green fabric. You can see the cattails, hence the cattails here. But I just finished it finally. And you guys, I love this thing. I love this piece. This is not a super popular one. I cannot fathom why. I worship this piece.
Look how good it looks framed. So we showed Cassandra in the bog stealing cattails.
Oh, you just showed
kind of the photo shoot.
Pull it up. So yeah,
it's only on my phone. Oh, I can do it on Facebook.
Yeah. So anyway, so I found this frame, and I love this frame because you can see it almost looks like aged slats, almost like what her house would look like, what I imagine her house to look like. But it was a dark brown and it was shiny. So I spray painted this. He actually took a picture of that also. He spray painted it, and then, or I spray painted it, and then I roughed it up. I think I'm going to rough it up a little bit more. I took some sandpaper to it, but I was like, okay, it needs something more. And I must ask you a question. Get it? Mustache.
Yeah, I do get it.
I must
I think we all get it.
A question. Anyways,
don't ruin the joke, man.
Don't
ruin the joke.
Hey, I'd have to explain that to my mom. Okay, so anyways, I was like, I want to attach cattails to this frame. But I'm like trying to think, and I'm like, I can't put like a bow on it. That's like totally.
Oh, get him, Clyde.
Was that Clyde or that was Naga?
No, somebody.
One of our dogs just moaned. So I was like, I can't do a bow. I can't do like ribbon. I could not fathom what to do. So I went and stole cattails. So Erin will show you. I was trying to think of where there were cattails. I was going to buy some online.
I mean, it's nothing special, but this is by our local McDonald's. You can see over here on the, over by my finger, there's a lady in that car probably wondering, what is Cassandra's deal digging around in that swamp?
So I got the cattails. And anyway, so I asked my mom, and she's like, oh, how about just raffia, and we knot it, roll it around and knot it. So that's exactly what we did. And then again, we frayed the ends just so it didn't look like all cutesy, because this is not a cutesy pattern. It can't have some cutesy ribbon or cattails or anything. So, you know, she put those in there. We have 3 of these baby cattails, which again, will probably disintegrate at some point. But I die. I love this finish.
Kind of hide
you guys, but this inspired me. I think one of the last videos I finished the mermaid, the Curious Mermaid, and we got that awesome frame. I'm going to do something in the bottom corner.
Now she did this, she's like,
well, this is why.
Do it on everything.
What are those people's names? The something housewife?
Stitching with the Housewives.
Stitching with the Housewives. Erin's like, oh, you should go see what they do. They finish their stuff so amazing. The Stitching Housewives this.
Dude, she's
I'm a freaking Stitching Housewife too.
You were amazing. The best housewife.
Too late. I hate you already.
But I mean, obviously, most of you probably watch them. They
do amazing. So apparently, I have to up my game.
Gotta up your game, dog.
Because they friggin' asphyx their asphyx. Is that a word?
Works for me, man.
No, but that's not what it's used for. But I'm gonna freaking get this truck and
glue it to a frame.
Glue it to a frame and freaking stick my project on it too, Erin. Their stuff is incredible. So anyways, I had to up my game, which is why I did the cattails. But I'm going to up my game, and I've got to say, I'm going to do, because you know she has that gold treasure. I bought some old coins. I bought some coral. We're going to see what I can do. Coral? Oh, we're going to see what I can do to fix that up and make you proud of me and not say,
my gosh,
oh, that's cool. But you should watch the Stitching Housewives.
I was talking about mainly for the monthly pattern.
Kiss my butt. You ruined everything.
Because the way she finishes her stuff is really good.
Okay, but guys, I've got a whole table full of stuff to show you. But Erin's going to show some future patterns that we're going to release.
Let's talk
this
about
fall.
what we got coming in the next couple weeks.
Besides the stitch along, yeah.
I like to show art and then never
and I have
it come out.
I have another
so
whip to show. Okay,
let's just show a bunch of crap you'll probably never see. Want to?
We are. One is for sure coming because I'm stitching a model right now. I'm doing the stitch along. I'm also stitching a model right now for Just Cross Stitch.
Word.
That we're going to start today. If you will please print that up for me.
Today's the day.
Great. And then this next one that he's about to show.
We'll start with the first one.
Oh, not this one.
You guys have already seen this one. It is coming out soon. Soon.
He's in the process of charting it right now.
Soon. So it's pretty much charted. I just have to get it done. But this one's coming out soon. It's the Moon Witch. So kind of based on like the phases of the moon. And I just kind of ran with that design kind of throughout. But again, with these silhouettes, I just try to like give you something really interesting to stitch with like the gate and the trees in the background with that, you know, kind of that moon kind of phase design up top. So that's, I really like this one. This one really gives off the impression of like a dead fall forest for me.
Oh,
like
yeah.
you have a little bit of the fall leaves hanging out in there, but for the most part, the trees are looking really dead. So it's like really late. It's like Halloween.
And here's the problem. Weren't we going to try to do
one.
that? Are you going to do a tan background? That would actually look good on
yes.
that picture, this plus
I know,
shale,
that's
I
what
think.
I said.
Or something.
No,
Okay.
earthen.
Earthen, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you have it already?
Yeah.
Oh, you already asked them for it.
Well, no, this is what we used for another one, remember?
Oh, okay. So apparently
See,
we
are
probably going to do it on earthen.
Yeah. So earthen from Picture This Plus, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, that's perfect. That's the
Yeah.
exact color. It's going on earthen.
So
Okay.
we've already done one on that for a particular magazine that shall be coming out sometime. But
Maybe January.
that's why we have that, because we already done
We already did that.
Who knows? So that's the first one. The second one,
You're not going to show it?
yeah, I'm going to show it.
Okay, this is what I have to stitch
But it's not
next,
this
and
is
there's a
what's-
reason why I have to stitch
Okay,
it.
this one's coming out next. But
So what's the story behind this?
So this is I don't know. It's not the sketch. It's a little bit past the sketch phase, but this one will be coming out.
A little bit different.
She does have to stitch this one. This one, I should have showed. Let me show you this real quick. So, you know how I like to do those. We're doing those monthly patterns. I don't know if I showed this. Did I show this last time?
Yeah.
Did I?
I don't know.
I don't think I did. So this is the September pattern. And I gave kind of the idea of, the option, as I usually do, to the group to kind of choose which one they like best.
Most people did not choose that one.
So most people chose
me and Aaron did.
So which one do you like, A, B, C, or D? Most people chose A because it fits the
feel that we've been doing.
The feel that kind of is going throughout the months.
And obviously these are sketches. I think some people don't get sometimes that he just shows out sketches, because someone's like, yeah, you can do that, but you need to like color it in and finish it. These are just sketches. So there's B. Here's C.
I'm going to do something cool with C too.
And here's D. Now, most people did not choose D.
We really like D.
We love D. And I was like,
awesome.
Aaron, why can't we just design a bigger pattern with D?
So that is how
I won.
Came about.
I won.
It's like, all right. Sure, I don't need another distraction.
Yep.
So we have kind of this fall kind of mountainside village.
Yep.
And so the reason she has to stitch this, so this one will probably come out last of all of them, mainly because we're going to be doing variegated floss on this bed layer.
Well, and we've been fighting over it. So we pulled these. Well, here's the deal.
So real quick.
If you can't afford variegated floss, we're going to do a DMC
Look at all the pumpkins in the foreground on that hillside.
But me and Aaron, we fought over these threads.
So that's the second one.
These are the threads that I pulled out.
We can't agree on
freaking
anything.
These are the threads I pulled out. These are all Glorianas. Are you freaking kidding me? Because you'll see the trees. You've got red trees, you've got orange trees, and you've got gold trees.
Oh man, we're in the middle of fall in this one.
So I chose all those Glorianas. Yeah. And Aaron's like, no.
Well, here's the thing. Everything can't be variegated. Is that what you want to call it? But so I chose some that were like solid, and she's like, no, whatever. We can't get along over it.
So anyways, this is actually done, right?
It's done.
We just need to choose the colors.
Yeah, we're just choosing the colors.
And then Erin has to design the leaflet and the PDF, yada, yada.
Well,
but
stitching is going to take a long time, I feel like.
Me stitching it?
Yeah.
I know, I think it will. But anyways, so if you can't afford whatever threads we choose, because we are going to do some, here's the thing, because he chose basically solid colored Glorianas.
What are they? They're Weeks Dye Works?
Whatever.
But they have just a little bit of variation.
Them, so you could use them.
We have some that are super variegated and then some that are slightly, so it'll kind of look a little bit, but it won't be too aggressive. So you have some that are super changing.
But if you can't afford these, we are going to do our best to put a DMC conversion in you. Yeah. Or in you. Do a DMC.
Plug it right in your bag.
Conversion. But like, it's not going to be the same. We're going to take this out and we're going to give you a gold. We can't, we're not going to, he's not going to chart, you know, some green, some gold. We're going to take this and say, okay, gold. We're going to take this one and say, okay, here's your red DMC conversion. Yeah. And we're going to take this and we're going to say, okay, here's your orange conversion.
And it'll still look really good.
It's still going to look good. It's not going to give the same effect, but that's why I need to stitch this first.
But these so I can show you solid colors in here and it looks amazing. But the variegated thread is just going to like put it on another. So that's two. Another one we have coming out is this Bad Larry. This one, I freaking love this pattern. I actually designed this to submit to Just Crossstitch for next Halloween, and they friggin' told me to...
Which was awesome, because we'll release it.
Shove it. We hate it, is what they said.
They chose two other ones of yours?
They chose another one.
They chose two other ones. Two.
So, yes. I'm trying to be vague, Cassandra.
Well, I'm just saying. They chose two other of his patterns.
So, this one's a bigger one. So, you know, they choose stuff based on what that would fit in the issue. Yeah. What, you know, compared to the other ones that are in there. So, they didn't. I'm just kidding when I say they hated it. Obviously, they didn't. Because how could you?
But I'm glad they rejected this, because this one's my favorite.
I was actually like, yes, now I'll put it out. Because when I was designing, I was like, I freaking love this to death. But... look at that big, the spell just going all over the pattern. You got the kind of those stars. You can see the windows in the background. And look, she's like in a little library. You can see the bookshelves down there. And you can see the top of the bookshelves to kind of give it some height. You know, like she's off the, like she's in the middle of the room. And you have these big columns going up the side. And look at this little kind of
Dude, she's in her laboratory. Yeah, she's got all of her spell books all around. She's not in her library. And that's kind of
what I was going with. And you can see the spell bottles floating and the books floating. This one is freaking awesome.
You love this one?
I love this one probably more than any one I've done.
Seriously?
Yeah. Look how cool it is. Look at her. She's like tiptoeing on the broom. The broom's floating, which I might need to.
This one's your favorite?
Yeah, look at the little cat. It's got a magic tail.
Oh, I didn't see that. The cat. Yeah, the magic tail.
Okay.
Wait, look. Yeah. Is that milk for the cat?
Yeah. No, it's a potion. But
I can't tell.
I really like this one. This one will be coming out too. That one.
Oh. That's your favorite? Of all the ones you've done?
Dude, look how cool it is. Look at her hat.
It's awesome. Yeah. Look at her hat. Look at the cat's tail. It's awesome. Look at that book.
Okay. So this one, I'll show you when I first start designing a pattern. This is what I'm going to show you because I'm working on it now. I didn't want to like show you halfway through, so I'm just going to show you the original sketch and you can kind of see. This is a little bit into my process here. So when I originally start designing something, I'll put it in Procreate or Photoshop or whatever program I'm drawing it in, and I'll do the sketch. So with this one, we really like Cassandra said earlier, Midnight Brew is one of our best-selling patterns. And we both really like it too. Like it's a really nice, you know, pattern. And I kind of like the vibe of that one, so I kind of wanted to go for that a little bit with this one, but I kind of wanted it to be like with your guys' patterns, like a lot of that people do, it's kind of layered. Like I draw like that hillside one that's more of a scene. And then but are they samplers or what are they? So you'll have like a bottom layer, like say it's like a town. Instead of having a town make it look like it's like an actual town, it would be like you have one layer here with the row of buildings and then a next layer. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Anyway, I was going I was going for that to where it could be
we got
like,
it.
And you have the little, these are going to be little trick-or-treaters, I think.
You already drew it. You're not going to show the next one?
Well, I'm not going to show you what's coming out. I'm trying to be vague, man. Come on.
Okay,
so you have little trick-or-treaters here, and then you got the little cat in the tree, but they're kind of trick-or-treating, and then obviously...
Didn't I tell you to change those ghosties, though?
Yeah, Cassandra doesn't like the ghosts because they're too cartoony, but I love them.
No, they're too cutesy.
Yeah,
they're too cutesy, and you have these awesome, like, creepy type of very Halloween things. Those are out of place. That's how I act as the art director, my friends. I take his art and I say, you suck.
Yeah, seriously.
And I say, change those ghosts. They need to be different. But it's true, they do.
Explain myself better with that.
That looks like Boo.
Anyway.
From...
So that's, look at those witches on the bottom. Yes.
But see what I mean? See how they're kind of creepy? And those ghosts are like, they're almost like, they remind me almost.
You don't tell me what to do. I do what I want.
You do, but I cut you down enough to where you might start listening.
That is what
I love that one. I will stitch that one.
I cut myself off at that. I had more that I wanted to do, but that's got to be enough for 2020. So hopefully,
I have one more that I'm trying to get him to do me though. There's two more that I have that I want him to do two more Halloween patterns that I'm like, just do this real quick. But it's impossible for him to.
I can do them real quick. But there's a lot of stages in the process, man.
Yeah, he can, but yeah, and then like you have to design the leaflet, and it takes you like a freaking week to do the leaflet.
No, it's not the leaflet. It's just everything in general.
So slow.
I'm super fast. I'm probably the fastest guy ever.
No, he's so
You see me run. I'm like super fast. Anyway, so those are the 4 that'll be coming out. Let us know which one you think is the best. I would be curious. And you can't say them all because that's cheating. But
I'm excited most.
And obviously the September pattern, that hasn't come out yet.
Well, we stopped the monthlies because
I didn't stop them.
No, but we're going to finish them. He's going to finish them, but probably we'll pick it up again next year.
So, yeah, so that's all the cool art.
Where's his Christmas patterns? Christmas is our favorite holiday. Man. I don't know why we're not called Winter Lane Stitchery, because we love winter.
Christmas Lane Stitchery? Oh. We can just change our name every season.
But we love autumn. Yeah. No, but you change the logo. You change the logo every season, so it's good enough. Okay.
So anyway, that's that.
Okay, so I don't know which one I like the best, though. To be perfectly honest, I don't know.
You don't know? You don't have an idea?
That Fall Town's going to be amazing.
Dude,
but both of those...
Awesome. Oh. I think I might like... I really love that, too, but... That spell one, man,
when you see that Fall Town, you're going to be like, and I get my way and we use these.
We are using those. What are you talking about?
Damn.
I never said that's where all this drama starts, is I agree with all 3 of those. There's no argument. I like them. But we still need a yellow tree, a red tree, or not the red tree, but a yellow tree, which is what I chose.
And those are solids. That's what I told you.
That one I chose. Exactly. That one I chose is a solid, just like you said.
No, this is the fight.
That's it. Now we're fight.
This is the fight, because he said, this is where he doesn't remember because he's old and has short-term memory. He forgot that he said when we were at the Crossstitch store, I'm not going to have multiple brands. So either I get my Glorianas or he gets the other ones over there. That's what you said.
I said you're not going to have multiples. It is not ideal, but we're already going to have DMC and that anyway.
DMC doesn't count. You saucy?
Yeah, saucy, yeah.
You saucy?
So, stay tuned for that and see who wins that fight.
I will win. I always win. That's the thing. We're on the same page, but that's what you said. We will use these.
I agree.
We'll use your gold and your other one, and then the DMC.
We're totally on the same page.
But you said you didn't want to do it.
She just wants to fight with me, y'all. And all I want to do is get along and be friends. She doesn't want it.
Okay.
So that's that. So hopefully everybody's just like, man, I can't wait for all of them. They're all going to be awesome.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show my stash acquisition and one of my work in progresses that are not our stuff. But first we're going to go pick up our kids.
So we went and picked up the kids. Now we're back. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. This is fast forward into the future. We already recorded a second video. Like I thought, Cassandra was going to show all her project bags and stuff.
Stash acquisition.
whole
It's
hour.
not just project bags.
Yeah, acquisition.
Stash
so
acquisition.
we're going to make that a second video. So we're going to cut this off right here.
We're going to do part
We
2.
hope you enjoyed the video. We appreciate you.
We're so grateful for you guys.
We thank you for being with us. Hopefully you got at least a little chuckle or a smile at some point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hopefully.
All right. Have a great day. Have a good week. Or I don't know.
That
when
was
we're
awkward. I
post the
reached
second.
to hit stop, but he wouldn't shut up. So,
Anyway,
are we done?
Thanks for being with us.
We appreciate you guys for
We
reals.
do.
Thank you. Am I good to hit stop?
But anyway, no, just go ahead. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.